Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Coast News. And as always, got some amazing news from different theme parks, rides, attractions and events all over the world. So let's get straight into the news today. Our top story for tonight, Thorpe Park have officially fully revealed the lineup for this year's Fright Nights. And we've been waiting for this announcement for such a long time. It's actually, this announcement is actually quite overdue because they would have announced the full lineup already by now. So it's good. I'm glad that they have today on Friday the 13th as well, which is such a fitting day to announce the lineup for this year's Fright Nights. But if you know what I'm talking about, basically, Fright Nights is an annual Halloween event that occurs at Thorpe Park, located in Surrey in the UK. It's been going on since 2001, and it's literally been around for over 20 years now. I think this is its 23rd season. And it's been home to many different scare attractions over the years, with the first ever scare maze being the Freezer and Freak Show 3D, which were two mazes that first opened in the inaugural year for Fright Nights, and since then it's expanded into loads of other different attractions. And today, they've officially announced the full lineup for this year's event, and this was confirmed last night when Jack Silkstone shared the Thorpe Park Fright Nights 2023 behind-the-scenes documentary, when at the end it said Friday the 13th, it confirms that Thorpe Park were going to make an announcement about Fright Nights. And today, just moments ago in fact, they have in fact confirmed the lineup. We already knew that what the scare mazes were going to be this year, because earlier this year, a few months ago, they released tickets for the scare mazes, and it confirms that trailers, survival games and stitches were returning, along with one brand new scare maze. We now know that brand new scare maze is called Deadbeat, which is a pretty strange name for a scare maze. And it looks very interesting, looks very fresh and unique, like it's got a unique storyline. This is the maze that's going in the former Black Mirror Labyrinth building. Along with Deadbeat, other scare zones, we've got Crow's Walking Meadow, which is returning, as well as Lucifer's Lair, and Creature Campus with the brand new subtitle Looks Can Kill, so there's probably going to be like a difference to that attraction this year. As well as that, there's going to be a brand new It 4D experience based on the film It, which is going to be showing in the Sunset Cinema in Big Easy Boulevard, as well as the option to ride Hyperia after dark. Overall, this Fright Nights lineup looks very amazing. Only thing that I'm concerned about is the fact that they haven't brought Death's Doors back for this year, which was the scare zone that ran from 2022 to last year. It seems that isn't returning, so that's kind of a letdown. But other than that, everything else looks absolutely fantastic, and I seriously cannot wait to visit Thorpe Park for Fright Nights in October. And I cannot wait to see what this year's lineup is going to be like. In other news today, Oktoberfest has officially begun for this year at Alton Towers. And of course, obviously, Oktoberfest has become such a staple event, one of the highlights of the year at Alton Towers now. But if you know what I'm talking about, basically, Oktoberfest is an annual event that is held at Alton Towers each year from September to early October. It started back in 2020. It's based on the traditional German festival Oktoberfest, which has been going on for centuries. And it's basically just home to like lots of Bavarian themed entertainment, literally loads of different food and drink options, and obviously they have the park hours extended till later than they normally would. So I think this year they're open until 7 PM. And it's a really good event. We've been there pretty much every year since it started. And this year is no exception. There's actually going to be an Alton Towers Oktoberfest vlog coming out this Sunday, so stay tuned for that. But it's a really amazing event. And each year since 2020 they've been improving the actual event itself. The main highlight of the event is always what they've got on the front lawns. On the front lawns they've got the main stage where they have all the amazing shows, and they've also got loads of different stalls where they do different Bavarian themed like food and drink items. So you can like do roasted marshmallows, bratwursts, pretzels. It's actually really amazing. This year that has been a lot going on with Alton Towers lately. There've been cutbacks to the event. There've been cutbacks to stuff all year at Alton Towers, apart from obviously Forbidden Valley. For Oktoberfest, they have removed the stage in the Mutiny Bay courtyard, which is such a shame because when we visited Oktoberfest, even like last year, we went into the Mutiny Bay courtyard. They had such really good entertainment going on down there as well. As well as that, they've made it so that the actual entertainment, because all of the entertainment is now just on the main stage, which is on the front lawns. They've made it so that all the entertainment, it only happens on weekends. I mean, personally, I've only really never visited like Alton Towers on like a weekend anyway. But for anyone who's going like midweek, it means I'm not going to get the full Oktoberfest experience, which is such a shame, really. But it's been speculated that with the removal of Mardi Gras and Festival of Thrills from this year's lineup, it was speculated that the stuff that was the fact that those two events were removed from the lineup, that means that the money saved from that would be put into the other events, so Oktoberfest, Scarefest, etc. It seems there've been a lot of cutbacks to pretty much everything this year, apart from Forbidden Valley Alton Towers, and we don't know why. I really hope that it'll be worth it though. I'm hoping Oktoberfest is still good, but I cannot wait to see what it is actually like this year. So hopefully it'll still be good. Also in the news today, Scorpion is now permanently closed at Busch Gardens Tampa. And this ride is going to be missed by so many people, especially a lot of Busch Gardens fans and a lot of American enthusiasts. But if you know what I'm talking about, basically Scorpion was a Schwarzkopf Silver Arrow roller coaster, which opened in 1980 at Busch Gardens Tampa, which is located in Florida in the United States. It operated for 44 years, which is quite a long time for a roller coaster to operate, or at least, and it has become one of the staple attractions at the park. It's a classic ride. I've heard it's got like quite an intense layout with literally, it's not like the tallest or fastest roller coaster in the world, but apparently it was a really fun experience. It only has the one inversion, but apparently it's with a vertical loop, but I've heard that's quite intense, as well as the really fast-paced helix as well, which looks like it pulls a lot of G-forces. It's operated for quite a long time, and it was announced earlier this year that Scorpion would actually close. It was originally supposed to close on the 2nd of September. So I believe last Monday, I think it was. I'm a bit confused. Yeah, last Monday. And a lot of fans of the ride were devastated by this, because, I mean, it's been operating for quite a long time, so it was going to be removed sooner or later. It's probably reaching towards the end of its service life. So people were getting their final rides in. Literally so many people going down to get their final rides in. So many, in fact, that Busch Gardens actually extended the ride's operating life by about a week. So it actually closed on the 8th of September, which I believe was just this Sunday that's just gone. So they gave more people more time to actually get their final rides in, which was really kind of them. And yeah, they got the final rides in on Sunday, and now it's permanently closed. Now, a lot of people are really sad that it has closed, but the park has said that they're closing it to basically make way for new expansions to the area for like new attractions and things like that. So I bet it's going to be similar to like what happened with Sand Serpent last year, because Sand Serpent was a Mack Wild Mouse that operated, I'm pretty sure it was in the same area as Scorpion actually, but that closed July last year, and since then they've built Phoenix Rising, which is a B&M family inverter coaster, in that same area. So whether they'll be doing that with Scorpion, they'll be taking it down and probably replacing it with a brand new attraction. That's probably likely the case. Whether it'll be something that happens next year or in years to come, I don't know. I don't think it'll be another new roller coaster, because they've only just opened Phoenix Rising a couple of months ago, so maybe it'll be a brand new flat ride. I'm not sure, but either way, this ride will be missed, but I can't wait to see what replaces it. And finally in the news today, the track for Rapterra at King's Dominion has finally been completed. And wow, this ride has actually flown up like so much, honestly. It was only like a few weeks ago about a month ago, I think, the track construction began. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically, Rapterra is a brand new B&M launched wing coaster, which is opening at King's Dominion next season, 2025. It is their first major brand new roller coaster since, I think, technically Twisted Timbers, which is an RMC hybrid coaster, which opened in 2018. You could count that Tumbili S&S 4D free spin as a major attraction, but that's just an S&S 4D free spin. Those sort of rides are pretty common in the United States. We don't have one in the UK, but they're pretty much everywhere in almost every American park. So like they're mainly in like Six Flags parks. Cedar Fair, I think this was probably their first one. I could be wrong, but they're mainly in Six Flags parks and a couple of other parks as well. But now they're building Rapterra, which is a long anticipated replacement of Volcano the Blast Coaster. For those of you who don't know, Volcano the Blast Coaster was an Intamin launched inverter coaster, which opened in 1998. I think it was 1998 anyway, I could be wrong, and closed in 2018. It was one of the park's most iconic attractions. It was built within a structure that obviously resembled a volcano, but that structure was there long before that ride was built. That volcano structure originally just used to resemble a mountain. It used to be home to a bunch of other attractions, a couple of dark rides like Smurf Mountain, the Haunted River. But then in the 90s they built Volcano the Blast Coaster and it became a fan favourite. So people were devastated that in 2018, it was closed all season in 2018. And in 2019 they confirmed it's never going to reopen and they demolished it. Since then there's been a lot of speculation about what could replace it. It's been mainly speculated that a B&M Wing Coaster is going to replace it. And earlier this year the park confirmed it is a B&M Wing Coaster that is replacing it by the name of Rapterra, which is going to be a launch wing coaster, which actually looks amazing. And they were not messing about with the vertical construction. Track was literally completed only the other day, but actual vertical construction only started like maybe a month or two ago, which is actually insane because roller coasters usually take about 6 months to fully construct. But yeah, it's absolutely flown up, and it shouldn't be it probably should be like maybe another month or two before testing starts, which means it's on track to open at some point next year, and I cannot wait to see what the ride looks like in its finished form when it opens next year. So that is it for this week's episode of Coast News. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, then please make sure to like and subscribe, and come out with a like to see you in the next video. Goodbye.